Okay, so I forgot what I was gonna say. What's your name? Tell the camera, what's your name?
Anthony Robinson Green Jr.
You look just like your daddy. So, first haircut ever, first haircut ever, huh? How old are you?
5.
5 years old, first haircut. You ready to cut it off? You wanna cut it off? Alright, you got mama and daddy over here. Mama, daddy. Okay, you ready, mama? Yeah. Cut it off, okay. We're gonna let mama cut the ponytail off. So we're gonna let mommy do the honors, cutting the ponytail off for the first time ever. Hold on real quick, cause you ain't gonna get to cut it one time. Make sure I do it right. Do your thing. Ooh.
You stop moving.
Oh, hold it up. Let me see. Now you good. Now hold it up. Like when you done. All gone. He still got hair. Let me see. Oh, it's like a little hot dog or something. How you feel? You wanna hold it? You don't wanna? It's yours.
Give it to my dad.
Give it to daddy. Okay. Hey, but look all this hair he still got. Okay, welcome back everyone. So as you can see, this young man is getting his first haircut ever, first edge up. So his hair is 100% natural. I mean, from the way it grows to the pattern. So we have a lot of interesting things to learn in this video, and we're also gonna learn how to overcome some difficult situations that you might meet or see when cutting hair off for the very first time, because the hair pattern has no growth pattern. It's just natural. But first we're gonna cut it all off. I'm doing about a 5 right now. They want to keep the top like with a light fade on the sides. I want to see if I can get this all off without letting too much hair touch the ground. So that's why you see me with a big clump of hair in my hand. So after that, I'm actually going to wash his hair. And then so let's get started. So you guys watch me cut this off, and I will be back in a second. First haircut ever. I'm pretty excited for this one. You're gonna see this kid smile a million times, and this smile is just radiant and beautiful. So just enjoy this very happy video, very fun. And let's get to it. So something that you can do to help big time after cutting off like doing a big chop or cutting off a lot of hair at one time is to wash the hair afterwards. When you wash the hair, water helps the hair revert to its natural state. So although it won't exactly cure the problem, because for 5 years she's been getting combed, probably braided, and manipulated in so many different ways, when I wash it, it'll help me tame and control the hair more easily when it's time for me to comb the sides down or brush the sides down. Like I said, so water helps revert the hair back to its natural state. So that's what I'm doing right now. After I cut it down, because if you notice, even after I cut his hair off, it was still so straight and stand-up-ish. But after I wash it, it's going to help it curl back up to that natural curl pattern that he has. Like I said, he's still, and if you notice also in his hair, you're going to see his edge up hasn't even fully grown in yet. He's still so young. He's only 5 years old. So and when you see me fade it, you're going to also notice that he still has a few spots in his hair that's kind of thin, and it grows from the back to the front. So we have quite a few things to work at in this video, but it's definitely something we can work through. But make sure you wash the hair after a big chop, because it helps the hair revert, and it'll make your job cutting and edging so much easier. Watch this smile coming up. Great kid. Okay, so like I said, he's getting a light fade, and we're keeping the top at about a 4 or 5. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my Walls Seniors Cordless Edition with the 1. I'm doing the 1 because I want to see actually how many different growth patterns he actually has in his hair. This is the first time ever his hair has been this low, so I need to see actually what I'm working with. So I'll start with the comb, and eventually you'll see me use my sanitized brush to actually do more of this cut. Look at that smile still. because I need to tame that hair and get it used to being brushed because it's never been brushed this low. So we have to tame the hair into the pattern that we would like for it to grow in the future. Even if it's not perfect after this cut, eventually his parents will have an easier time when his hair gets used to it. If you can see now, I'm looking through. If you see me look at the front of his head a lot, I'm trying to make sure both sides are even. Okay, so after I get it cut down, now I have my magic clip, as you can see in my hand, and I'm combing his hair forward, and I'm combing it down on the sides and the back because I'm teaching and coaching that hair pattern. Like I said, it's the first time. Now I'm using my 3. I'm actually debulking now. If you look right here, if you can see right there where the clippers are, he has a thin spot, and he has one in the front too. Just because the hair looks long, it's thinner on the bottom than it would be because, like I said, it hasn't been this low before. So we're going to work through those, and right now I'm just debulking. So you guys watching, I'll be back in a second. Now I'm switching to my 2 to debulk as well. It's a slow progress. You don't want to rush something like this because, like I said, his hair's never been cut. So I'll go from a 3 to a 2 to a 1.5. Then I use my 1 on my seniors and my magic clip. And then I use my 1/16 on my masters. It's all about progression. Like I said, you don't want to rush because you don't want to gap. This is uncharted territory for any clippers this low. So I have to watch. If you can see, his hair is really thin. It's long, but it's not as dense. He's still so young. If you look at his edge up, it's not even fully grown in yet, bro. And I'll talk about those things once we actually get to the edge up so I can show you guys how to properly edge up hair that's not even fully there yet. So right now I'm just slowly debulking, making sure I get it. A few of those spots that may look like they're gaps, you will see once the fade is finished how we conquer those. It's just thin hair under there. Right now we're just working to debulk, because if I would have went into this haircut with the 1/16 and just start to fade right away with the different growth patterns in his hair, it would have been pretty massive and it would have been ugly. So right now 1/16, I'm just working through my progressions. Like I said, 3, then 2, then 1.5. And it's just stroking. I'm fading, but I'm debulking at the same time. And if you notice, I'm using the corner of that clipper quite a bit just to make sure that I don't take off too much more than what I need. All right? I'm going down with the hair because I'm still coaching the hair. It's very important that you understand that. When someone has never had a haircut or they haven't had a haircut in years, the hair grows, however, at the base. So I'm coaching. So every few strokes, I'm going to also comb back down or brush back down. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so for the next 2 minutes while I finish this fade, you're going to see me use the 1.5 on my wall seniors. You're going to see me use the 1 on my wall seniors and the 1/16 on my and his masters. Now also, as you can see, I switched to the brush because, like I said, I need to tame that hair and get that hair used to being brushed and laid down, because if you look at that curl, if you look at that pattern on his hair, it's trying to go backwards and sideways in the back. So it's all about getting that hair familiar with the brush and just taming it in a sense, so you can lay that hair down. It's very important. Like I said, 5 years, no brush, no, it's uncharted territory. So it's all about getting that hair, used to it. I've seen barbers do first-time haircuts, and some of the problems that I've seen is that when the hair doesn't do exactly what you want right away, and this is with any haircut, a lot of barbers panic. Oh man, I'm messing up, or this is not going right, but it takes time. You have to understand the circumstances and situations. No, it's not going to be just super perfect, but you can make it look super great, which you guys will see at the end of the haircut. But it just takes time, Like you see, I'm hitting little small nooks and crannies because he has thin spots on his edge up, and the front temple of the fade right there, he has a thin area. So it just takes time. You never panic. You just stick and go through your progression. As you see right now on my Andis Masters, I'm using the corner of the blade. And like I said, it's very important to get that hair familiar to what it's going to go through the next 18 years of his life unless he grows his hair out. I have to brush it. It's all about training the hair. You have to train. Anything you do from sports to life, training makes everything better. So that's why I brush now. And once his mom put product in his hair and everything, it'll lay down more. But right now, I'm just teaching the hair how to react to the brush. Okay, so now you're about to see me edge him up. I usually don't recommend using the razor on the kid. First, you have to be skilled with the razor, and you have to study that child to see. If you look, he's a very patient young man. He doesn't move, he doesn't wiggle. So I felt comfortable using the razor blade on him. And also, seeing as though he didn't really have much hair on his edge up, it'd give him a sharper look without me having to burn him with the clippers. Sometimes when you use those edges too much, you can burn the edge up. So I want to give him a very fresh edge, and he didn't move like I said, so we're going to use the razor. Now, look at where I start this razor line. I don't push in because it'll make it dark. I keep it out because that's where his hair will eventually grow. It's very important. It's very important that you don't do what you want to do. You do what the hair asks, okay? Now, I don't want to sound like a hair whisperer or anything, but just study the edge up. I see he has a lot of excess hair leading up to his eyebrow, but I also can tell where his edge up will need to be, even in the front. So even if it's not gonna, see those sideburns, I don't want to pull them too far in, but I'm also pulling all that baby hair back. I'm stretching the skin so I don't have to make too many passes with the razor. I can just get a nice, see that razor will cut like a hot knife on butter if you just hold the right angle and you took the correct way. So I kept that edge up out, and I just kept it real nice and natural. That's what I believe in. You know, sometimes enhancements are cool, but he's a kid. He doesn't need that kind of stuff. Okay, so now we're about to get to the front of the edge of where his hair is the most thin, which requires the most symmetry. So you really just study both sides. I want to keep it pulled down. I don't want to take it back because he has a massive thin spot in the front of his edge up. But I want to make sure I keep it natural. You know, he deserves it. As you know, anybody. You don't want to start a child off with a push back edge up. Okay, so I keep it low, and I want to basically grab all that hair off the forehead, little small strokes. You don't have to press firmly. I stretch the skin, as you can see. I take that layer off his forehead, and I keep it very low, very natural, and I just kind of line it up with his eyebrows. Sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't, but in this case, since he had a head and a face full of hair, you know, I basically lined it up with his eyebrow at the top arch of his eyebrow. That's kind of where I want to keep it, even with the curve. And that's pretty much how you guys do that. I hope that really helped you. And it takes practice, and it takes patience. Practice and patience, double P's. All right, so we're gonna run with that. And I'm gonna just finish up, finalize a few of these things, and I'm about to put a part in there, okay? Okay, so his parents want a slanted part, so I'm going to use my edges to basically give me a rough draft. I'm going to come back with the razor. When I do the slant part, I don't want to start too close to the corner, and I don't want it to be in the middle, so I kind of bring it about 2/3 of the way over and just slant it from there. Come back with the razor. As you can see, what I'm doing right now is I'm basically taking that long hair so that it doesn't curl over into the part, so that even no matter how she styles his hair, it will not get in the part. Key for the day, all right? He's about to look in the mirror. I think he likes it. Okay, so now it's time for the back edge up. Same thing. I want to keep it natural. I want to make it crispy, but I don't need it to be too crispy. He's a kid. He deserves natural. I'm just going to grow in, even those thin spots. I don't want to push it around the top of his ear. I want to keep it low, natural, and clean as possible. That's the most important part. All right, so that's pretty much how I'm going to do that. Using the edge of my clipper, come around, curve around the ear. And that's kind of how we do. I'm about to show you guys the finished product. Hope you like it. Please like, subscribe, and we're about to get his reaction to his haircut at the end of the video. Thank you. You like it? You sure? You look like your daddy. You like your daddy? You miss your hair? You want your hair back on? Oh, okay. You want to stay like that? All right, perfect. I appreciate you, man. He said, bro, he said, leave me alone and get this camera out.